Hi, good morning and welcome to DBS This Morning. We're coming to you straight from Serenity Park, a beautiful park. You should come here more often. I absolutely love it here. But before we go to our other interviews, let's go to the news desk as we always do, because you know we like to wake you up in the know.
Good morning. Police continue to appeal for the public's help as they probe last week's shooting that claimed the life of Patrick Joseph at SocaCize, Castries.
On Thursday, August 31st, 2023, about 6 a.m., police officers attached to the Marigo police station received and responded to reports of a shooting at SocaCize, Castries. Upon arrival at the scene, the police officers discovered the motionless body of a male individual lying in a prone position along the roadside. The responding officers conducted preliminary investigations and recovered a number of spent shells in close proximity to the scene of the shooting. Emergency medical technicians from the St. Lucia Fire Service attended to the victim but were unable to resuscitate him. He was subsequently pronounced dead at the scene by a medical practitioner. The victim has been identified as 28-year-old Patrick Joseph of Marigo, Castries.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the RSLPF, is appealing to anyone who has information that can assist with their investigation to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 456-3770 or 456-3817. Alternatively, you can contact the crime hotline at 555 for anonymous reporting. Over 40 drivers employed by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs are better empowered and equipped after participating in the first ever Transport Subunit Capacity Building Workshop. The workshop focused on some key areas such as specimen sample handling, vehicle management policy and maintenance.
We have quite a number of health facilities island-wide, so the service that we provide is of utmost importance. As you know, the work that we do impacts lives, and we have to ensure that the drivers are knowledgeable and well equipped with the skill set that is needed to ensure that the ministry's mandate can be fulfilled. I'm hoping that after all this information has been imparted, that the drivers will be able to use it to their benefit, because we have a very, very big ministry with a lot of departments, and the workload can get very, very, very hectic. It's very easy for them to experience fatigue and burnout, and perhaps sometimes in the absence of being properly trained, that can affect the delivery of the service.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Mr. Jenny Daniel, said because of the vital role that the Ministry of Health plays in the society, the importance of the capacity building workshop must be underscored. Addressing the drivers, the PS recognized that they were performing a tedious but highly significant role in the local health sector. The Point Hardy Golf Club at Cabot, St. Lucia played host to the second Darren Sammy Foundation Fairways charity event recently. Cabot, St. Lucia and the CPL proudly partnered with the Darren Sammy Foundation to raise funds for less financially able youth to meet the costs of their education. We caught up with Darren Sammy, the figure and national icon behind the Darren Sammy Foundation.
I must say massive thank you to Cabot to be here on this spectacle, just playing golf. You know, it's such a beautiful cause. You know, and by the time we sent out the invitation, within an hour, all the spots were sold out. So that's how everybody views this cause. You know, and for me and the foundation, it's a great opportunity to continue to raise funds for us to be able to continue having an impact on the lives of underprivileged kids in St. Lucia via sports and education. So that I'm excited about.
Local golfers, international cricketers and cricket commentators in the Caribbean for the CPL tournament all converged on the Point Hardy Golf Club for this charitable event. Now, Rodney Bay residents continue to express frustration with area businesses who continue to play what the residents say is excessively loud music. Grocery MP Kenson Casimir promised to bring the two parties together to arrive at a mutually acceptable solution to the problem, but this apparently has not happened. On Friday, the residents wrote an open letter to bar owners in the area, asking them to be considerate of the children living in the neighborhood who are about to return to school. In the letter, homeowners pleaded with businesses to, quote, Consider the bass level when playing music, as the bass travels throughout the neighborhood and rumbles in our homes, therefore affecting our sleep and our children's sleep. Please, we are begging you to please be aware of the level of bass, especially as our kids prepare to go back to school. The statement went on to say, it is not our intention to affect the livelihood of any local business. Instead, we simply want to coexist peacefully and comfortably. End of quote, and end of our news. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thank you so much for sticking with us. When we come back, we speak with Dr. Daw. He is the president of the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association. He has a lot of very interesting things to say and to teach us. And we're also going to be speaking with the president of the St. Lucia Sickle Cell Association about the upcoming month of observation. And welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. My name is Candy and you're watching DBS This Morning. So I'm going to now speak with Dr. Daw. He is the president of the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association about all the things that we could do to help us manage and eliminate non-communicable diseases. And welcome back to DBS This Morning. I'm pleased to be joined by Dr. Kedma Daw this morning, and he is the president of the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association. He started his tenure almost a year ago. So what have you been doing for the past year to bring awareness to these two very critical illnesses that our population?
It's amazing how quickly the time flew by. Yeah, it's almost a year, and you saying that almost got me scared. I'm wondering, wow, have I done enough? Has the population recognized our efforts enough as an association? But what we've been doing, the board met and we thought, how can we really achieve our vision? The vision being to be the focal point, a focal institution in St. Lucia in the prevention, treatment, management, and eventually eradication, if possible, of diabetes, hypertension. How we sought to do that is to first, last year, Diabetes Awareness Month, which was soon after we came into office, we went to the board members went to the alma mater primary school and shared a very simple message: to live longer or to live a healthy life, you need to exercise regularly and eat properly. Nice chant that the children could remember, primary school level, and share at home, bombard the parents with it and say, hey, somebody came and said that. So we understand that the future and the present is how we approach this global issue of NCDs, non-communicable diseases. So after that, we decided to reach out to our corporate houses in St. Lucia, and not just the corporate house, we want everyone, including religious groups, every single group that needs us. We are actually inviting them to, we're asking that they set some time to allow us to come to the establishment and share the news, the education that we have on diabetes and hypertension. We've also informed them of our screening services that is going to allow us to help persons detect early and manage their condition. So in a large part, that's what we've been doing. And just this weekend, we had our flagship event. The board wanted again, how do we make ourselves stand out? We need to have something that speaks SLDHA, St. Lucia Diabetes Hypertension Association, and we want it to be annual. So we looked at it and we thought, okay, what's NCDs? What is it really doing to us right now? And we recognized very quickly that it's enslaving us. Emancipation being in August, we thought, okay, that's a good theme. Emancipate ourselves from the burdens of NCDs. So this year's theme, so it's now dubbed our annual Emancipation Gala. So it's going to be every year in August around emancipation to basically raise awareness on NCDs, raise awareness on what we're doing and how we can achieve the mandate or the vision I spoke of earlier.
It's an interesting marriage of the two issues, because I'm not sure whether you saw that clip from an interview, or rather speech, by Dr. Hilary Beckles, where he spoke about how our history has opened the door for, and now I know you're a medical doctor and everything is based on science, as it should be, but it's also an interesting aspect of the discussion that I think should be explored more. So it's emancipating ourselves from NCDs, yes, which is easier than a lot of people think, because non-communicable diseases are totally manageable, or
they're lifestyle based.
We can eradicate them through
you could actually prevent it. You can manage it, get under control. Some person say reverse. I just want to be careful with that term, because unless if you're saying that it's under control, then I'm a little wary of someone saying reverse, because reverse means it's gone, yes? But if you were to do your normal lifestyle back how you were, forming the food basically, it should not come back. And it would most likely come back just as bad or even worse than before. Therefore, we can control it for the rest of our lives. We can keep it under such good control that you don't have to be taking any of the pharmaceuticals, which is awesome. I do have patients that have been able to achieve that, and we can achieve it. You don't have to be on pharmaceuticals for the rest of your life, as long as you're very disciplined and you take note of the lifestyle changes. That's very important. So I was trying to answer the question about the gallon before we go in there.
But can we just go back to, because we all heard the statistics about diabetes in St. Lucia. At one point there was this statistic floating around that St. Lucia has the highest rate of diabetes per capita in the world. How accurate is that? And if not, what is the real picture of diabetes in St. Lucia? What does that look like?
So that study, quite a few controversies around it, at least locally. But for now, I could say the most recent data that I could speak of openly is one published by WHO PAHO in 2015. It says that our prevalence of diabetes in St. Lucia is a little over 14%, I think 14.5, 14.7%, and that of hypertension being 27%, a little over 27%. So that's where we are now, 2015, and that's the importance of doing regular data, regular research, regular surveys for us to understand where we are now and how we can actually work around it, and what strategies we need to put in place to combat or fight this pandemic. That word is so loosely used these days. Pandemic, it is a pandemic, but so doing research is important. And the association, that's one of the things that we've done recently. We partnered with the Valerie. It's Vaughan A. Lewis Institute for Research and Innovation. It's an arm of Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. We've met with Dr. Geese there, and the plan is, at our annual event, is to showcase local research. So we want to foster local research, get our local researchers to come out and do some surveys, publish it, and we'd also, through our connection with the IDF, take our research to the IDF annual conference.
And that's the International
Diabetes Federation. So we would like to open up that forum for our local data, our local understanding of our situation, of what works, what doesn't work, what helps, what shouldn't help, because there's a lot to learn from our setting, at least for the region, because our culture, as you mentioned earlier, your history, your culture is very, it's tied to how you behave. And although you said science, but there's also social sciences that looks at behavior and so on, and it is important to understand all of that when we speak of NCDs.
The overall picture.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to wrap up for now, but I definitely will be talking to you a lot more, because I know that there's a lot more that I need to learn from you.
So much more we can talk about. Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll put up information about how you can reach the Diabetes and Hypertension Association, so you can have access to some of the good work they're doing over there. All right, I'm Candy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBS This Morning. I'm now going to have a conversation with Sophia Harry. The month of September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and there's so much we need to know about the management of this blood disorder. Hello and welcome back to DBS This Morning. Joining us this morning is Sophia Harry. She's the president big of an issue is sickle cell disease in St. Lucia? What does the landscape of sickle cell in St. Lucia look like these days?
Sickle cell in St. Lucia, to my knowledge, we have like 1% of persons on the island suffering with the blood disorder, and we have 7% with the trait. And sickle cell really do matters. For sickle cell is a very serious disease, you know, it affects children as well as adults. And as of this month and last month as well, we had a lot of our members, you know, being admitted at the hospital. And I believe it's because of the heat. One reason is because of the heat. They've been back and forth, and some of them, it's not pleasant at all. So, you know, we're trying our best to educate our members on taking care of themselves, taking care of their health. You know, with sickle cell disease, some of the symptoms, if you do not drink enough water, you know, if you can get a lot of issues, a lot of problems. The pain crisis will come on you. Okay, if you go to bathe on the beach or in a pool and you do not take care of yourself, you do not dry up yourself properly, you can get pain crisis, and all of that can lead you straight to the hospital if you do not know how to control it. You know, so sickle cell really do matter, and persons suffering with this blood disorder need to really be careful, take care of themselves. Yeah.
So for people who may not know, I mean, we all, I'm sure, have heard the term sickle cell disease, but for those who may not know exactly what it is, can you give us a brief understanding of what it is?
All right, so sickle cell disease is it's a blood disorder, and persons get it from their parents. Okay, you're born with it, right? With sickle cell, we have two genes, the A gene and the S gene. If, for example, the partner, one partner has AS and the other partner has AS, there is a high risk that 1 out of 4 of your children will have the full-blown sickle cell disease, and probably 1 or 2 out of these 4 children will have the trait. Now the trait is normal, you know, you're like any normal person, you don't suffer, but the sickle cell disease, the full-blown disease, is the killer. Yeah.
So tell us about some of the activities that you have. I'm sure a lot of it is around awareness about the disease and how to manage it. But what activities do you have planned specifically for this year?
Some of our activities planned for the month of September is one, to continue to educate the public. Normally every year we go to the schools, especially the secondary schools, the Form 4s and 5s. The doctors that go to the schools to educate, sensitize. Okay, so we're working on that. We have our wristband drive, which helps us to assist our members. For in sickle cell disease, most of the members, they cannot work because of that painful, you know, crisis that they get sometimes on a monthly basis. They're not able to work effectively as other persons. Okay, so we always try to raise funds to help them, because normally they would come to us for help. So financial help, they come for counseling, you know, so we help them in this regard. This month, well, we started last month. Was it last month? No, this month. This month we opened up our brand new clinic. After 20 odd years, we have not had a clinic. I feel very honored and grateful to inform the public that we do have a clinic right now, and we're open once every Saturday, but you need to come, call in, and, you know, get an appointment.
Yeah, so
then
I was
we'll
about to ask how it
Mhm.
works. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
So how does it work? Is it just for people who have already been diagnosed? Can it be for people who suspect that they may have the trait and want to confirm? How will the clinic work?
Okay, so as of now, every St. Lucian should know whether they have sickle cell or the trait or not. The reason being is that every child that is born in St. Lucia, they go through the screening process. Okay, so we have the cord blood screening, and every parent should know whether the child has sickle cell or not. So the way that it works, the doctors come in once a month, and you just register, you make an appointment to see the doctor. We have the doctor seeing both the children and the adults at this time. Okay?
So one of the major takeaways from what you just said is we have things in place through the St. Lucia Sickle Cell Association
definitely.
for every single child who is born in St. Lucia to be screened.
Wonderful.
To determine. So that is great, and I know from previous conversations with you that is something that you guys set up a long time ago.
Yes.
And you're saying that you call the association to make an appointment
Yes.
for this once weekly.
Right, yeah,
clinic.
once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, as of now, once a month, but according to how it goes, the doctors may be able to come, more often. Yes.
So what can we do as a society to help towards this cause in September? So you spoke about the wristband drive,
Yes.
but what does that mean? What, you buy a wristband and make a contribution? Where can you do that?
Okay, so we will be coming out into the public. We will be coming into the different business places, and we will be going with our wristbands. The wristband drive, we ask persons to donate or contribute $5 towards the cause. Okay, and here we have the wristband, World Sickle Cell Day. All right, so look out for us. We will be out there with our other members, our t-shirts, so we're coming from St. Lucia Sickle Cell Association, and we would like your support.
Okay. Anything else you want us to know as we wrap up?
Okay, so I would like you all to know that the month of September, we will be hosting an award ceremony for all of our doctors and persons who have been assisting us throughout the years. September will be 36 years we're in existence, so we're very happy that we've gone this far. It has been a big challenge, a great challenge, and we're just pleased to be able to be having this ceremony for our doctors and for all of our corporate sponsors that have been there with us to come and celebrate with us on that day, the 9th of September. And it will be taking place at the Financial Center. And we're going to make it grand. Okay?
Okay, great. So we will help you to disseminate as much information about this as possible.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining us. We will be right back.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine is Sarah and myself, Shani. Let's get ready to flaunt with the SocaCize. This morning's workout is going to be a bacchanal warm-up. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize. Alright, so arms up. We're starting. Flick. Next side. Hands on the head and roll. Now we're going faster. Click, click. Hands. Click and. Hands. We're going to the side. Drop. Hold it. Next side. Push the hips back. A little faster. Let's go. Take it up. Hands on the head. Roll it. Click and keep going. Let's go. 4, 2, hands. Drop it. Forward. Bend. Reverse the hands. Forward. Back. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Take it up. Flick. And keep going. Last set. Hands on the head. Roll it. Drop. And next side. Next side. Next side. Little faster. 4, 3, 2. Take it up. Slow. Next side. Good. A little faster. Let's go. Boy. Yes. Roll it. Faster. And roll it. Click. Roll it. Forward. Reverse. And that was this morning's session. We hope you are feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Have a wonderful day.
And it's been an absolute pleasure having you join us here on DBS this morning. My name is Candy. I hope you join us again, same time, same place tomorrow. This is DBS This Morning.